athletics community. Coach Laura here. Today we are going to look at some sprint drills to focus on our posture, arm swing and our acceleration, and some quick games to finish up. I want to take a moment to talk about our running posture. Posture is a critical element of our running technique, and due to our current climate, we tend to be hunched over on devices and we might have regressed in our running form. To fix this, we want to focus on finding what we call our neutral hip position. You can see here Noam is standing with both feet shoulder width apart. In this process, while you find your neutral hip position, our game plan is to slowly rise up on the balls of our feet. Once you're standing shoulder width apart with your feet slightly raised, you can then lightly cause your heels to touch the ground. This is the position and the postural alignment we are looking for. When running, always be mindful about what you already know. When we run, we want to ensure our head is facing forward the direction we're going, our shoulders are relaxed and down, our knees remain straight ahead, and our body from about the hips has a slight forward lean. Remember, it is a really good way to focus on what your running technique looks like by having someone film you. Having someone film us really helps identify what we do well and what we need to work on. Have someone film you running over a distance of 20 metres from the side and front on. Notice here the ways in which these athletes ensure they have a 90-degree bend in their arm. If you notice you happen to bring one arm across your body when you run, a good drill to try and correct this is to practice running only with that arm. It may feel a little bit silly to begin with, but it will allow you to isolate that arm and pull all of your focus into demonstrating correct form. Do this drill repeatedly over a duration of running for 30 seconds. Professional athletes dedicate time to developing their arm swing, many adapting a closed fist technique for their hands. One really simple strategy to help us develop our arm swing is picking two sticks that are similar in width and length. Using those two sticks can assist us in two ways. Firstly, it can allow you to mimic this closed fist motion. Secondly, it is another drill for you to focus on ensuring you keep your arms close into your sides and making sure they do not cross over. No one wants to look like an air dancer that you might see at the car yard. Give this running with sticks method a go. You might be surprised to see some development in your arm swing from one of the first videos you've done after practice over time. Another great strategy for practicing our arm swing is using the seated arm swing drill. Start on some grass or carpet. Keep your legs elongated and your toes flexed. This is a flowing arm swing movement. Try and have a slight lean forward from the hips. Don't move too far backwards or too far forwards. Think about your posture. After some practice, you can move on to some concrete. Remember to keep that 90-degree angle in your arms. You can focus on these arm mechanic drills with lots of reps. And when you feel confident, pick up that pace. And this powerful feeling being created through your arms is also great for the strength required for an explosive start. You can also practice from a kneeling position. And now for some acceleration drills. All you're going to need is a wall with nothing against it. A brick wall is a good idea. This first drill I like to call the claw. When running, we're hoping to have high knees and our thighs should be parallel with the ground. When you do this, keep your toe dorsiflexed, which means facing up. It is important that we develop our stability and that we are balanced. Using the calls up, down and out, we want to practice how our legs should be moving whilst we're running. Up, down and out. And as you get more comfortable with this, up, down and out, making sure your foot is dorsiflexed and then returns back to the same place, you might have someone say it quicker for you. Up, down and out. Up, down and out. Try and stay balanced. In this last acceleration wall drill, we are hoping to build on our explosive acceleration and consider our foot placement. You're going to need to find a wall, and you're going to need to stand hip width apart and lean into the wall so your body is on a 45-degree angle. Depending on your height, you might need to move closer or further away from the wall. Keep your heels slightly off the ground with enough space for a paperclip to go underneath. We're trying to create a power line all the way from our heels right to the tip of our head. Ensure you are looking straight ahead at the wall. Your aim is to punch your knee up to hip height, remembering to keep your thigh parallel with the ground and your toe dorsiflexed. Then, when you hear punch by someone being said who's helping you out, you're going to try and drive your leg back to the same spot. We call this 1 count. You can then practice doing this in a 2 count form by starting with one leg raised and having someone assisting you to call switch, which will then result in you pushing the power back into your foot to keep your foot back placed on the ground and switching your leg positions. To modify this drill, you can practice by marching, focusing on ensuring your foot goes back to the same place it contacted with the ground. Or if you want to try and quicken it up, you can have someone call rapid fire and you can practice at an increased speed. And now some games to practice on working these skills with a friend or family member. To further develop our ability to have a strong start, you might want to practice some falling starts. Here, you need to have someone who's going to be strong enough to hold you, and they're going to need to stand in front of you and to support you as you fall forward from the shoulders. By saying ready, set, go, the person holding you can move away from you just after they've said set and when you hear go, so you know when to charge forward. We talk a lot about focus when we're running. There's so many things to remember. But something really important in terms of our focus is our ability to listen. When you're running a race, you really need to be listening out, of course, for on your marks, set, and the gun sound. So really what we want you to do is you need to be ready to move forward on the B of the bang or on the G of go. So you can practice building up your reaction time using some of these drills, particularly this one where you get to lie down with a friend or a family member and have someone else yell on your marks, set and go. You could lie down facing backwards to the direction you're planning to run, as well as forwards. And you could also practice getting in your competitive edge by trying a game of head start. When you play head start, this is really good because you want to be able to catch the person who's gotten a head start, and if you're the one with the head start, you don't want to be beaten. Most of all, have fun with your friends and family getting active. Let's recap on what we looked at today. We know that our posture is important and it's great to be able to find the neutral hip position. It's also great to be filmed, which can help identify our running form needs. Our arm swing is important. We can use the stick method and seated arm swing drills to help us develop this. Wall drills can help us with our acceleration, and at the end of the day, just get out there, get active and keep healthy. In the next technique video for sprints, we're going to be looking at starts. To get you thinking about starts and what you already know, one of our participants is trying to trick you by starting with incorrect form. Can you figure out which participant it is? A big thank you to Noam Kristrup and Harry Bristow for helping out with training today. Bye! See you next time!